My first visit here to Alona Beach was 3 years ago. I came here for 3 days and I stayed for a week. And it was here that I had the best snorkeling experience of my life, around the island of Balicasag. 3 years later, I'm back to do it all over again. And also to discover a new snorkeling destination in Pamilacan. Good morning. Today I'm coming to you from Alona Beach on the island of Panglao in the Philippines. Okay, I'm not going to try to tell you that this is the best beach in the Philippines, because it isn't. But of all of the ones that I've seen, it's the one I like best. Obviously, one of the top attractions for visitors is this long stretch of beautiful white sand and the crystal clear waters off the beach. But what I really like about it is the way that all of the beach restaurants and bars seem to mingle with the beach and combine with the sand. There's no clear dividing line between what's the promenade and what's the beach. So there are so many dive centers where you can organize scuba diving and snorkeling trips. But like the last time, I headed straight for the piratas, because they're really nice guys. The next day we set off bright and early to visit the wonderful island of Balicasag. And then it was finally time to get into the water. Then we set off for another destination, where this time we got to see a lot more coral and even more turtles. And finally, our last stop. And I'm gonna give you 3 guesses about what we saw. And with that, it was time to leave the wonderful island of Balicasag and head back to Alona Beach for the sunset. And the next day, I was back at the Piratas for another day of snorkeling, this time at a new destination for me, the tiny island of Pamilacan.
Take a photo?
Snorkeling here is much more controlled than in most destinations, and you have to swim with a guide. So we were taken from our big boat in these small outrigger boats to join our guide and to go turtle hunting. And it didn't take him long to find one. And we were soon able to find another that the guide was able to get much closer to. find another. And after swimming around with the turtles, the guide took us to the most amazing coral garden I've ever seen in my life. And then we went to our third destination, which was just to the other side of the boat, and I thought was going to be quite disappointing. But turned out I was wrong. There was just as much beautiful coral, but just at a greater depth. And then it was time to end a magnificent day of snorkeling and say goodbye to the island of Pamilacan. And also to the wonderful Alona Beach, Panglao Island, the Philippines.